Today we'll start with chapter Nazism and the Rise of Hitler. Nazism is an ideology which was propounded by Hitler. To know about it more, we have to go back to the World War I. World War I, there were two powers, Allied powers and Axis power. Allied power comprises of UK, France, USSR and USA. Axis power were Germany, Italy and Japan. During the World War I, Germany has to face the defeat, and because of the defeat, they have to sign a Treaty of Versailles. During that time, there was a total political instability, and monarch was out, and people were trying to establish democracy in the country. Weimar Republic was a newly found republic, which was a democratic government, and they were trying to set up the constitution in Germany. But because of the failure of Germany in World War I, the Weimar Republic could not do much, and it was doomed from the beginning only. People in Germany, they blamed the Weimar Republic for the harsh and humiliating treaty that they have signed with France and Versailles. Above all, because of the World War I, there was a total economic crisis in Germany, and inflation has gone up. And the Weimar Republic also has the teething problem because it was new and it was not set up. And it was very liberal in his approach. Frequent changes in the parliamentary system was also there. So there was total political instability. And during this instability, it has given rise to the autocratic ruler like Hitler. The reason for inflation were following. Germany could not pay the reparation of France, so France occupied the coal-rich Ruhr Valley. Government printed huge quantities of paper money to fight the subsistence crisis. Because of this, the German mark became absolute worthless. There was a humor around that to buy a loaf of bread, people used to carry a bullock cart full of the currency. German families were fighting with the war. There was unemployment, and family savings were totally wiped out. So, in this scenario, the Hitler, who has given the ray of hope to the Germans, he rose to the power. And during the elections of the 1932, Nazi party was the biggest political party. Hitler demanded to be appointed at the position of the Chancellor. He was initially refused, but given the position because he was the only majority party. Just before 1933 elections, the Reichstag, that means the parliament, was burned to the ground. The President of Germany granted the Nazi power to quash any political opposition, and they intimidated and arrested socialist and communist party members. Again, let us consider why Hitler became so popular amongst the German that he instantly gained the popularity and the power, because he was a person of strong determination. He was a great orator. He used to influence the public of Germany. And another thing was the weakness of the Weimar Republic, which he took the advantage. And that was the total economic crisis, and he promised the public of Germany to pull them out from this economic crisis and to refuse to give money to the France. And he also got the support of these significant businessmen. And he suddenly, after the fire decree that broke in Reichstag, he passed the Enabling Act, which gave him the enormous power. Enabling Act, as soon as it was passed, it suspended all the civic rights which the Germans have in Germany, the democratic rights. And because of that rights, he banned all the political parties, and he was against the Jews. So he blamed the Jews for the humiliating defeat in Germany, and he did not allow the Jews for any kind of entering into the government services or the civil services. After securing the absolute power, he declared himself the third race. That means the idea of creating the German master race. He organized a totalitarian state. That means where Hitler is at the supreme powers. He organized an efficient but brutal system of terror, repression and totalitarian rule. He established a secret police, Gestapo, and rooted out the opposition. Anybody who was against the Hitler was tortured, killed, executed. Germans cheered Hitler's ability to end unemployment and revive German power. Because he could successfully combat the Great Depression and public work program, he programmed to rearm Germany. Because during the Treaty of Versailles, after the Treaty of Versailles, all the countries, the winning countries, decided to disarm the Germany, which he again was able to rearm Germany and preserved capitalism and brought big businessmen and labor under the government control. Social policy, Hitler followed a racial policy which indoctrined young people with their ideology. Passionate speeches by Hitler urging young Germans to destroy their enemies without mercy, and their greatest enemy were the Jews. Nazis wanted to purify German culture by having the only Nordic Aryan race. And he denounced the modern art, he was against the music, and he glorified the old German myths. Hitler was unmoved and made Jewish victims pay for the damages. A year later, Hitler's campaigns against the Jew intensified. He organized concentration camps, detention centers for civilians considered the enemy of the states. So all the enemies were the Jews, the disabled people, the mixed race, because he considered that the pure German Aryan race can only we have when we eliminate the people of other race from the society. And Hitler made a plan of final solution to extermination for all the Jews. So this is how Hitler has established his rule, which has come to an end after only the World War II. And what he has done in Germany, we have come to know after the people, those who has escaped the Gestapo or the concentration camps, they have told us the stories. And he was widely criticized by all the people world over.